Okay, Rebecca, we swapped seats and we're going to have a look at those hazard routines. Now, just as a reminder, I've got my notes here, and just as a reminder, let's think what we've just gone undone there. So left turn emerge, we checked our mirrors, we signalled, position, slowed it down.
So don't forget to like, subscribe and press notify. Also, leave a comment as we really love your feedback.
Now, as a reminder, how far from the curb should we be? What's your normal road position?
I can't remember.
Okay. Do you remember last week we talked about, well, have a think. Remember that?
Yes.
About a door width.
The door width. Okay.
Away from the curb. So that's normal road position.
Okay.
Now then, if I was to ask you, if I said to you an open and closed junction,
Yeah.
would that mean anything to you? Could you hazard guess what that means?
Not really.
Okay. Well, a junction is closed and it opens when you're able to make see every way possible if it's safe to emerge out. So the junction is closed and it opens. In this case, a T-junction, you can see both ways to make sure it's safe to actually proceed out of your road.
Okay.
So, and this generally happens at the point of turn of a corner. Generally, we're going to assume it happens at the point of turn, and the turn when the corner starts turning in. So, what distance should you be from the curb at the point of turn? Don't overthink it.
A door width.
A door width, absolutely. Fantastic. Now, next question is then, what speed should I be at that point of turn? You saw me driving around. What speed should I be at?
You was very slow.
Well, let's think what we've got to do. Most students will say something like, oh, is it 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, whatever? Well, answer to all my questions ever, and from going forwards, is it depends. And then I say, what's it depend on? You go, I don't know. But it depends. What's it depend on? Well, what have you got to do at the point of turn? At the point of turn, we're assuming we can see both ways. Well, we've got ourselves in here, mirror signal, position, speed, gear, slate if necessary. And what we've got left to do is we've got to look, assess, decide, and act.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot to do there. And as part of looking, I want you to be looking both ways twice before emerging.
Okay.
Why twice? What's wrong with once? Do you trust yourself, what you see, or why specifically twice?
You could have missed something.
Good answer, very good answer. Not the main answer.
Okay.
Let's think what we've got to try and do. So there we go, looking both ways twice. It's taking me about a second to go from there to there and back to there. So I'm looking there, there's a car, there. I know how fast it's going.
Yeah.
Now, if a car came down here and I took a photograph, effectively, if you're looking one way like that, you're taking a photograph of a car.
Okay.
This is what makes night driving difficult, because you just don't get this reference difference there. Both ways twice. If I took a photograph of that car and said, Rebecca, how fast is the car going in that photograph? You'd look at me and go, are you some sort of prize plum? It could be going backwards, mate. Like that. Now, if I showed you a second video, you go, yeah, it's going about 20, it's going about 30. So boom, 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 you know how fast the car's going. That's what makes night driving difficult. Well, one of the things that makes it difficult is you just don't get that change of references. Okay. So really, your speed in, if you're going to start looking here, your speed in is so much it goes looking both ways twice, and then it's a crawl on this situation. It's an absolute crawl. Remember, we're slowing down to be able to stop at the giveaway. Okay. Because you either prepare to slow, and when it's okay, we can go. This is why it's a giveaway junction, as opposed to a stop junction.
Okay, so you don't need to stop.
We don't need to stop at a giveaway. We slow until it's safe to go. And when we're at Riker Shoes, it opens up a lot earlier. We came through a lot faster. So, what we're doing today then is really nothing new.
Okay.
What we did on Riker Shoes was go up and down, up and down. And when you think about it, we could have, because it's so open, we could have come in at 10 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour. The steering could be a bit this way, a bit that way, the positioning could be there. So really, up to now, effectively, pretend analogies, I've taught you how to throw a dart at a dartboard. And so tonight, nothing different. I just want you to get it in a tighter section of the dartboard instead. So what we're doing, bringing together the steering and bringing together all the elements we brought together. Okay. So, at the point of turn, we've slowed it down so we can basically slow down in 3 seconds, just to slow down, just be able to stop and go when we can go. So what do you do at the point of turn then? Clues in the name, don't overthink it. Turn, absolutely. So, like we did steering then, at the point of turn, you're going to bring your hand up, and which hand are you going to use to turn it to the left here?
My left hand.
Absolutely. Let's turn it round there.
Mm-hmm.
And half a turn will get you round to the giveaway line.
Okay.
And it'll be a bit, maybe a quarter of a turn there. I'll talk about it in a moment. If you door width out, there's no way you'll hit the curb on the left.
Okay.
Just so, but if you're over to the left, you will. So making sure you're straight and parallel and take the turn. Now, we've got the speed down. So what you've got to make sure then, I'm going to break this down into 3 phases. The first one is I've got my speed and gear at the point of turn ready to do the turn. Because which hand do you use to change gear with?
Left hand.
Brilliant. And you can't be changed to that. It has to be done there because you bring your hand up. You can't steer and change the gear. You're not an octopus. Okay. You've only got one hand. So basically phase 1, you've slowed it. All you're doing then is slowing it down in a straight line or straight with the road until at the point of turn, almost like draw an imaginary line across, brake, clutch down first gear, your hands coming up, do the steer, looking, setting the gas. So you're at the basically at the point of turn, you're at the biting point, clutch down first gear back to the bite. So if the bite's like moving off, all you're doing is slowing it down, and when you're ready to go, you stop braking,
okay,
set the gas, moving off and steering it through together. So there's a lot happening there, but we're trying to do as little as possible within this observation zone, if you want to call it that. So phase 1, speed and gear. Phase 2, do the steer. And phase 3, when you're coming out, accelerate away.
So if I needed to come to a stop,
you're stopping on the bite.
I'm stopping on the bite.
Yeah.
With half a left turn.
Half a left turn. So what you're trying to do, this is the danger area.
Yeah.
This is hazardous. And really, how do you know you've moved off successfully?
I haven't made anyone slow down or change direction.
You're only not at risk anymore until you're up to speed with the traffic. Mm-hmm. So the idea of turning the car in, I'm turning the angle, less time in the hazard, up to speed means you can get up to speed quicker.
Okay.
As well. Now, if it's a hazard, if I presented you a bowl of piranhas and said you can put your hands in for 5 seconds or 15, you'd probably choose 5 seconds. Why is that? Well, it's less time in the danger area. Same as this. Get the hell out of it. Get a move on.
Okay.
Acceleration is good. Get up to the speed of the traffic.
Okay.
With that. So, that's what we're going to do. Checking a mirror, centre and left. Signal. Maintain a position. I'll check your position. Mm-hmm. Slowing it down. First gear.
And when do I come to first gear? At the point of turn?
At the point of turn, if I gave you an automatic car, you'd just be slowing it down. But because we've got to change gear, we've got to make sure the speed is down to a level. And because it's taking so long to slow, look, assess, decide, and that, it's going to be a crawl.
Okay.
If you look at the junction, about the point of turn up there, might be about 2 meters away. 3 seconds to go from 2 meters to slowing it down. That's why it's a rolling first.
And how slow can I come in second gear?
Second gear, we're talking about the base speed, so
okay.
We'll talk about that's turning in. So when we turn in, so remember, we've got to give way to traffic. So when we turn left, turning in, we're not really giving way to traffic, so we have to slow the car down to a speed. Again, same mirror signal left, mirror signal position. There's my point of turn. Slowing it down to a speed you can go around the corner. You've got 3 things to consider then. Well, really, you've got to see is what you're driving into.
Yeah.
Also, as you're slowing down, making sure no one's going to cut in front of you, and also making sure there's nothing coming up the inside. So really, you've got to be checking up there, into it, 3-point check that way, and that way, before you commit around. Now, generally, just because of the size of corners, it'd be about 10 miles an hour.
Okay.
The base speed of what gear?
Second.
Absolutely. So really what you're doing is slowing it down to second gear, and it's almost like driving like an automatic.
Okay. And I have priority turning in
absolutely,
over this traffic.
Absolutely, because that's your road.
Yeah.
That's your road to your road, so they'll be cutting across you.
Okay.
So therefore, they give way to you.
Okay.
So you have an awareness of cars.
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
Yeah.
Okay, should we give it a go?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you very much for watching.
So do remember, please like and subscribe and press notify.